This is Coach Bohannon. I am back. I am back with Tyler Tansey, the most spirited.
Yes, sir.
And Victor Yurko, the
super senior.
Now, guys, a game like this, you know, when you got the best female athletes in the school going at it head to head, what is it like as fans to see this competition come alive?
Well, I'm going to speak first. You can hold your turn. I think that it is the pure, most hostile environment you can be in. I mean, it's the worst environment imaginable on that field. You know, I see girls. What I don't like to see is slacking. I like to see the girls battling head to head, one-on-one, fighting for that W. That's what it's about. At the end of the day, one of the teams walking out with the W.
What about you, Victor?
It's a life-changing experience, I think. When I see those girls on the field, that's all I'm focused on. My mind's on their game, and I'm team soccer, so I just pray to God that team soccer wins tonight and kicks some crap out of the softball team.
Now this is kind of quick. You're a soccer guy. You play soccer.
Yeah.
And you were the softball manager. So you guys best friends. You guys traveled the duo we all know about. But how does it work today? Are you guys going to sit beside each other separate ways?
No way.
No, sir.
Not happening.
You know, I believe the real Coach K is Coach Crook.
Coach Kennard.
Well, you know, me and Coach Crook are pretty tight. I don't know about you and Coach Kennard. If you guys go on dates, me and Coach
Well, we don't, but I'm sorry. That Coach Kennard is a better coach than Coach Crook.
Now, you got friends on both teams. Now, what is their attitudes like? Are they kind of putting you in, how are the girls' attitudes right now? Is there tension going down the hallways? Is there tension in the classroom?
I'm gonna tell you, the tension,
each other.
The tension is so thick in the air, you almost have to have a knife to cut through it to walk. It's that much tension. But you know, it's almost cat versus dog type scenario. It is, because you have the softball girls being like, "Oh, Tyler, you need to be on our side. Donate money." You know, they're donating money, which you should, to each side of the team for a good cause. And then you have the soccer girls
like, "Give me money, buy a shirt, come to the game, be there, support us." Nancy wants me to warm her up because I do such a good job, and she's ready for the game.
All right. It's Griffin Park. We are in the softball field.
That's true.
The advantage you would think would be in kickball, just because would be to the soccer team because they can kick it. But some are disagreeing, saying that the softball team is more prepared because it is their home field. It is, you know, it's more softball with kicking involved. It's 90% softball, 10% soccer. Is that true?
Well, it is a home field advantage for the softball team, and it does involve using hands and throwing the ball, and that's all part of the softball game. But then kicking, that's the only part about it that has to do with soccer. So I do say that softball has an advantage over the softball team, over the soccer team, but I do believe that the soccer team is going to win.
Now you're close with the soccer team.
Yeah.
Who are some of their key players? Like, we've only got one or two names. Their coaches have refused to do interviews. They are so focused on watching game film for this that they're refusing to come out. They're in a dark room. Basically, they're in a submarine and not coming out. Give me some keys to some athletes on this soccer team that are going to do really well in this game.
Before you say that, I just want you to make sure we're not talking about the girls who look the best. We're talking about
athletes. All right, I understand. Let's see. Maddie Reinhardt, she has speed. She can move from base to base. Split second. You have Nancy Smith. She can catch. She can be catcher for the soccer team. And then you have Nicole Carcione,
the lightning kicker we all know about.
They all can kick. And then you have Tim Shepard,
Coach Crook,
great player.
4 different balls today. 4 different ones, because she knew
Nicole
was going to kick them flat. Now, we've all heard Nicole can kick. Is there anybody else that are flying under the radar?
Metzgar,
Cecily, Sam Shepard. I know Sam.
I would say Jacob's girl, Maitland Berglund.
Maitland.
Okay. Yeah.
So there's some heavy hitters overall.
Yeah. So what about the softball team?
Now that's the thing. I'm not so much worried about the offense, because what's offense without a good defense?
That's true.
You know what I mean? So I think what's going to help us is the pitching. You got Kylie and Christine interviewed earlier. They can throw curveballs. skills. You know, they can bring it right over the plate. And you've also got catching. You have your outfielders. Kiara Porcher, she's like an impala out there, quick and agile.
A gazelle.
A gazelle, whatever you want to call it. You got first baseman, Sydney Davis can catch anything thrown at her. You know, Chloe Trexler, a ball's not getting by her. She'll step in front and take it in the face. You know, so I think the defense was going to come in because if you try to score, they're not going to be able to score. That's my philosophy. They're not going to be able to score because we can stop them.
And the freshman Jordan Harris.
Yeah, you got freshmen on the V squad varsity coming up early.
Oh yeah, she's something.
We have freshmen on the soccer team too.
Name them.
Maddie, what's her name? Epley. What's her first name? You know.
Emily.
Yeah, you don't.
Emily Epley.
Emily Epley.
Emily Epley.
Double E.
Double E. Great player. Varsity starter.
All right. Well, guys, one last comment. If you had to say something, look in the camera, tell the girls, that team, if you're doing a pep talk, if you're pepping them up, and they're right, just getting ready to come out to this locker room, we know there's going to be thousands of fans for this soccer game, this kickball game.
Yeah.
Tell me what you tell your team right before they come out. You got 30 seconds.
You got one quote. I said, I'm going to ask you one question. Are you motivated? And you're going to scream motivated. I'm going to ask you, are you dedicated? And you're going to scream dedicated. I'm going to ask you one more question. I'm going to say, are you fired up? And you're going to scream fired up. I'm going to tell you one last thing. I'm going to look you dead in the eye. I'm going to say, you win, you live. If you lose, you die. Plain and simple.
Victor? Gosh, I was getting goosebumps from that. I mean, I'm just going to say go out there and do your thing. You got this. That's all I got to say.
All right. Well, this is Coach Bohannon, most spirited, super senior. Glad to have you on the show. The red button. The red button.